The roulette session that you're about to watch uses the area key calculator from roulettecalculators.com. So here's a quick tutorial on how the area key works to give you a much better understanding of what's going on during this gameplay session. If you are familiar with the area key, you can skip forward to the gameplay by clicking on the chapters in the description. Simply put, the area key is looking at how often the ball goes back to the area that it's just spun from. As you can see on the graph in the left, the numbers tracking are highlighted in green. The lighter shade of green on number 5 was the previous result. You will hear us frequently referring to a depth, and this is what that means. If the ball lands on any of the unhighlighted numbers, the depth count increases by 1. It's only when the ball lands on the highlighted number that the depth returns to 0, and that result gets logged into the graphs below. The first setting that you come across is the amount of numbers to track. Currently it's set to 9, so if the previous number was number 20, this would look at number 20, 4 numbers to the left of that number, and 4 numbers to the right of that number, totaling 9 numbers. If say we set the amount of numbers to track to 3, it would look at number 20, 1 to the left and 1 to the right, which should just be tracking number 1, 20 and 14. The next setting that you come across simply controls when the table highlights. Currently it's set to 0. This means that the table will highlight on every single spin. If you set it to 2, this means it will wait until the table goes to a depth of 2 before highlighting. This is useful when you find a dealer with a particular pattern. The third setting, only bet X number into a depth, is for the people that like to use a progressive betting system. It simply acts as a stop loss, so if you only want to make 4 bets into a progression, you would set that to 4. This field allows you to input what you would like your starting bet per number to be, and again is only really there for people that are running a progressive betting system. It automatically calculates what your next bet should be based on the numbers that you're tracking to always keep you in profit. The most important thing when using the area key is understanding what the graph tells you. It directly reflects whether or not a dealer is being consistent and you should play with them, or inconsistent where you should leave the table and find a new dealer. The depth count simply shows you the results and what depth those results have gone to. In this case, there are 2 results being recorded. One went to a depth of 3, meaning it missed the highlighted section 3 times in a row before landing on it. The second result says 0 depth, which means it went straight to the highlighted section. The depth of wins graph shows you what the dealer is doing in real time. As you can see in this example, the last 4 results mean that the ball went to the highlighted section each time. If you look at the 4th result, that means it missed the highlighted section twice before landing on the highlighted section. This is important to identify patterns with a dealer. The best way to fully understand how the area key works and to understand when a dealer's been consistent and when they change is to watch live gameplay. So we recommend watching this video all the way through so you can fully grasp how the area key works and how you can identify dealer patterns and when they change. So we're back with episode 12, the Dirty Dozen, on the area key roulette strategy with Sam D. We're going to be watching the video through together to see exactly how he does and what sort of gameplay happens, if it's consistent, inconsistent, area key or reverse area key. We're not sure yet, but we're going to get on with it shortly. But if you're not currently a member of Roulette Calculators, make sure that you pause the video, click on the link in the description or just up there in the corner and set yourself up a free account with us, and that way you can chat to all of us on the social network that is full of awesome roulette players We like to share strategies, ideas, and betting systems. Likewise, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any content, any new videos or strategies that we are putting out there. So we're going to get straight on with this and see exactly what happens. It looks like Sam is on Grosvenor Roulette. His starting balance is £409. So yeah, a little bit higher. I know he doesn't record every session, so it's a bit of an increase from the last one. I think he took his balance up to 200 and something. So yeah, I know he sent me over 30 videos, so he said a few times that he's not going to swamp me with too many videos. But yeah, he's doing really well, and couldn't be happier for him. And I really appreciate that he's sharing these videos with us, so us as a collective community can all grow and learn from his video sessions. So the looks like he's logged 7 spins. Current depth is at 0, and the max it's gone to is a maximum of 1, which actually could just be the first spin, because we marked that as 0. So you can see there it's coming on the highlighted section again. So we're looking at the area key for this particular session. You can see he's increased the bet straight away to 2 units per spin. Okay, so he's starting off at 2 units, obviously because he's got a higher balance now at 400. A lot of people ask me about how to scale up. It typically isn't always duration. Some people think if I just play all day, I'll win more. A good method is just to actually increase your initial bet and try and hit the same sort of same amount of bets that you're making. So you can see there that's gone to a depth of 1. So he actually missed the first bet there, and he's increased the bet now from £2 per number to £3. So he hasn't quite done the 𝗤𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗂𝗏𝗏, it's more like the Fibonacci sort of sequence where you're adding the numbers up. Let's see what happens. So the Fibonacci, if he did two units and then put it to 3, the next bet would be 5, and then the one after that would be 8. You're always adding up the 2 instances before, but there you go. You can see that came in for him on number 19. That's given him £108 there. So if we have a look at the graph, okay, so you can see here, the first one always -1, so 0, which means highlighted section straight away. Then it went back to the highlighted section, and then the highlighted section again. Then it went to the unhighlighted section, followed by the highlighted section. Then it went to the highlighted section, again, and then it missed the highlighted section, and then just hit that highlighted section, which we've just seen, number 19. So yeah, this deal is looking very good for the highlighted area, or as we call it, the area key, where we're betting. And again, just to clarify, because I didn't actually cover this in the actual tutorial if you've just watched that, but the highlighted number there that you can see, the extra highlighted one, number 19, is the last result. But not only that, that's where you would be placing your neighbor's bet to cover all of the highlighted numbers. So at the moment we're covering 19 numbers, which basically means it's a neighbors of 9 numbers. So we're covering the one that you put the neighbors on, 9 to the left of that, and 9 to the right. So there's just another little tip. So if you're doing the normal area key, you'll put your neighbors on the one that is extra highlighted, and that's where you're going to cover. And also it shows you what the last number was as well. So let's see how this session goes for Sam. So he wants to see it land around the highlighted. It was in there, but it kind of went back to number 9. So that's a miss there. But I think Sam's doing a progression. Let's see what he does. So it was, yeah, he's gone from £2. It looks like he's doing the full martingale now. So £2 starting bet, and now he's doubled that to £4. Now, doing a progressive betting system, it can really help. Obviously, it makes you get to your target much faster. But it does add an element of risk, because you end up having to go in. Once you've missed 2 or 3, you have to really keep increasing it, or accept that you've just lost a big chunk. In this case, it went straight back to itself, went from 9 to number 9. That's given him the win again, and that's put his balance up to £486. The last win of £144. So Yeah, looking fairly consistent. It looks like Sam's sitting out on this one because the last two results have gone to a depth of 1 before going to the highlighted. So basically they're landing on the unhighlighted section first, and then it seems like they're landing on the highlighted after. So I think Sam just really wants to see if that's a thing or if it's just been something that's changed. It looks like it has gone straight back to the highlighted section, so that went to number 12. So yeah, you can see that. So we had a depth of 1, then it's gone straight to 0. So it looks like Sam's just going to go for it again, straight on number 12. I mean, if it doesn't go past a depth of 1, a progression is absolutely fine. You just have to do a bet and then follow it up with a doubled bet, and you're going to get the win. It's if it goes past, I mean, if it goes to a depth of 2, it's generally okay, but if it goes to a depth of 4, 5, 6, that's when it really starts mounting up, and you just got to be careful with that. I want to turn the aircon off, it's getting a bit chilly now. So that's gone to 8. So yeah, obviously that's gone to the unhighlighted section, which put it to a depth of 1 again. So Sam's doing a martingale again, and just hoping it comes in now. So I'm not sure what happens through this session. I like to watch them all fresh with you guys. So I don't know what actually happens. I just record them and watch them with you, just so it's more organic. So wants to see that land around 23. It's one of them horrible ones that's stuck on the rim, and that did not do him any favors. That went to number 12 there, which again is unhighlighted. So be interesting to see if he does a full martingale now. It's on a depth of 2, which we haven't seen it go to. Looks like, yeah, he's actually going a bit crazy on that. Gone to £10 per number instead of the standard. I think he should have only gone to £8. Oh well. So it's an extra martingale. Let's hope it comes in for him. That looks pretty good. Gone to number 35, so smack bang in the middle there. So that's giving him a £360 win, putting him up to 542. Now he's done a double progression, which you don't like to see, but obviously if you look at the graph there, it's typically been all 0s and 1s, and then it's just come out with that depth of 2. So I think he's feeling fairly confident that it's not going to carry on too far, but you don't know. It is roulette, and you know, all we can do is look for dealers that are showing consistency and playing based on that. So see, that looks like it's gone straight back to the highlighted area again on number 12. So the last 2 times he hasn't done the bet on that area, it's come in, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, it's he is sitting out, which is a smart thing to do, because obviously it has just changed up a bit. A couple of depths of 1 there, depth of 2. Now it's on a depth of 0 still. But it is worth just sitting and watching it, especially if you're doing higher stakes like Sam is doing now. I think he probably just wants to watch it a couple of spins, and that probably makes sense to me. So that has gone to 18. So again, that's come in again on the highlighted. So it looks like it is sticking to that highlighted section for the last few spins. So it looks like he's going for the unhighlighted now. So he switched it up a little bit. He's expecting it to go to the reverse area key, the unhighlighted section all along here. So this is interesting gameplay. You'll see that land just after number 32. Okay, you got lucky there. It went to number 21. So yeah, really good call. Well done, Sam. It's put him up to £576. So now it's currently on a depth of 1. So he's probably asking himself, should I go back on the highlighted? And it looks like he is. He's putting the bet on the highlighted there. £2 per number.
We'll see it land just before 0. Number 13 will do. That is the highlighted section. So he's boosted right up to £610 now. He's already made a £200 profit in under 10 minutes, so that's pretty good. I'm not sure what he's going to do now. Don't think he's going to bet. He's sitting out because if you look at the table, I mean, it is it's not too bad. I always say I like to see a table that's just full of zeros and occasional ones. At the moment, it's got obviously got 1, 2, 3 zeros. Well, let's do them all. So 6, 7, 8, 9 zeros, and he's got a depth of 1, 2, 3, 4 that's gone to a depth of 1, and 1 instance that's gone to a depth of 2. So yeah, it's not too bad. If you're seeing lots of zeros and then like the occasional 3 or 4, then it's a little bit inconsistent for my liking. But depths of zeros and ones is good. The occasional 2 is okay as long as well, it depends if you're doing a progression, which when you see zeros and ones combined like that, typically you do really need to do a progression. It's only when you see big blocks of zeros or blocks of numbers that are like depth of 3, 4, 5, that's when flat betting is good. Doing this, it's a bit more riskier. So that's gone to the highlighted section, number 2. So Sam's looking at the pattern there. I mean, there's typically a few blocks there after, I mean, that's obviously 0, 0, 0, but after that one there, there's 3 zeros. Then he has 2 at a depth of 1, then it gives 1 0, then a depth of 2, and it does 2 zeros. So I'm not sure if he's going to go for the highlighted section right now. See if he gets the double highlight coming out. No, he's going to sit out. It's a smart play. Let's really, really get a grasp for what the dealer's doing. You don't need to bet every spin. Really important. Just logging the table. I mean, sometimes I'll do a session, even if I got money in the account, I'll just sit there and log a dealer just to see what would have happened. This one is looking pretty good. It's looking like he's hitting that highlighted section quite frequently. It's done that block of 2. I think Sam's going to go reverse. Yeah, he is. So he's seen the pattern that he's had a couple of instances where it's gone 0, 0, and then it goes to a depth of 1 plus. So that's what he's counting on this spin. He's had a couple of highlighted hits, and now he thinks it's going to go to the unhighlighted. Let's see if he's right. Looks like an absolutely superb call. Unhighlighted zone it is. £72 win. He's at 644 now, so very good. And as you can see there, obviously you've got the couple of blocks of zeros, and then it goes to a higher depth. He's got the couple of blocks of zeros, and now it's gone to a higher depth. It's at a depth of 1. So it looks like Sam's switching it and now betting on the highlighted area of the table to see if he can finish that off, as we've had quite a lot of instances where it's gone to a depth of 1 but not higher. We've only had one occasion where it's gone to a depth of 2, so that's why he's betting on the highlighted section right now, because he believes that that depth of 1 is going to come out, because it's only ever gone past a depth of 1 once. And he's absolutely right. Number 15, it's given him the win. He's up at £678 now. So now he's at his depth of 0 again. I'm not sure if he's just going to sit out and watch this, see if he gets another highlighted hit. Looks like he is. Yeah. Don't forget to give the video a like, guys, if you're enjoying what you are seeing, if you're learning, or if you're getting any type of value out of this. It does go a long way to us, makes us feel like we're doing a good job. Yeah, so looking at the graph there, I mean, lots of zeros and ones, which is great. So I'm just trying to figure out what Sam's going to do. According to the last few patterns, you can see 001, 001. I would have been guessing the highlighted section to bring out that 0, but we're not sure yet. Let's see what happens. Okay, went to 36, so yeah, good call for not betting there. That went to the unhighlighted section. So now it's at a depth of 1. So I'm guessing Sam is going to bet on the highlighted area now. As I mentioned before, it hasn't gone past a depth of 1 for the majority of the spins. Only once has it gone to a depth of 2. So let's see if he carries on with that trend. And of course, trends do change. So you have to change with the times and be a paradigm shifter. If not, you can you risk betting on the wrong section each time. Just as good as the area key is for showing you what is working, if you're not following that, you can be betting on the wrong area every time. So number 23, absolutely perfect. He's up 712 pounds in his balance now. So he's up 300 pounds. Looks like there's been a dealer change as well. So I'm not sure if Sam caught that. Oh no, they're cleaning the wheel, I think, or cleaning their hands, cleaning the ball, something like that. So let's see what happens. They're cleaning the ball because Sam's just cleaned up 300 quid. They're like, what's going on? The ball must be broken. Alright, so Sam's setting the wheel back to 0. Starting fresh. And the casino's hoping that a cleaner ball is going to lead to more profits for them. So that's gone to 31, so that's hit the highlighted section right on the edge there. This new dealer's called Jade. I didn't call out the name of the last dealer, but it will be on the chat box there if you want to skip back to track that dealer. That's on Grosvenor Casino. So we've had one highlighted hit to start with. Looks like that's gone to the unhighlighted. So I will play this in real time just so you can actually track the dealer in real time like Sam does. Occasionally I do skip through just so we can see what's happened, but I suppose if you're really interested in identifying patterns and learning the process of tracking a dealer, it is worth just watching it in real time so you can fully understand the process involved. So I know I have sped them up in the past. I thought I was doing a good thing for the viewer, but I have been mistaken. So hopefully this is better. So yeah, depth of 1, and now it's gone to 0 again. So this dealer's had a depth of 1. I believe the first one was actually a depth of 0, and this has gone to a depth of 1. Excuse me. So yeah, not sure what's going on with this one. If I had to predict, I would say it's going to go to the unhighlighted area. Yeah, number 18, so that's gone to the unhighlighted. And now, again, if I was going to predict, it would go to the highlighted area, just following what the graph's telling me so far. But it is important when you're doing this, make sure you log a good 3 or 4 results and then start analysing the table. So all of that before you even make a bet. Sometimes if you go there and you just hit like 5 or 6 in a row of the same, like either 5 highlighted or 5 unhighlighted in a row, then yeah, I mean it's worth putting a bet on and just following that trend. But yeah, absolutely, look at that, it's gone to the highlighted again. So this dealer Jade, she seems to be hitting a depth of 1 quite frequently. So at the moment I'd be thinking unhighlighted zone right now, followed by the highlighted zone. That's the trend, the pattern that I can see at the moment. You'll see it land on the bottom half of that racetrack. Bouncing, no, it actually bounced back around to 14. Okay, so that's gone to the highlighted zone again. So that's the first time I've seen that. It's gone highlighted to highlighted, so you can see that it's showing the 0 just there. But before that, I mean, this bottom one was actually a 0, so it's gone 0, 1, 1, 0. So it's still looking pretty good, this table. So yeah, definitely looks like a table that is viable for a bet, but of course a few more spins and that might change. You might think no, but so far that, you know, highlighted is looking pretty good. So highlight, that's gone to the unhighlighted for a depth of 1, then back to the highlighted if that trend carries. So depth of 1, looks like Sam's going straight for that on the highlighted zone. And the reason for that, it hasn't gone past a depth of 1. So we've had 0, 1, 1, 0. It's currently on a depth of 1 again. So chances are it's not going to go to the unhighlighted section. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed, but from what the data is telling us, that's the logical place to make the bet on the highlighted area. So 32 and the neighbours. Let's see if it's going to carry on to be true. Ooh, 22. Did he get that? No, he didn't. He missed it by 1. It's unlucky. So yeah, it has gone to a depth of 2. This is the highest it's gone to. Not sure if Sam's going to bet on that highlighted again, or if he's going to just sit and watch it for a while. Looks like he is going to watch it, which is definitely smart. Because we have seen it, a dealer can just change like that. And if you're still stuck in your old pattern betting on what was, and it has changed, you're going to lose. Let's see, if it goes to the highlighted section now, number 20, yeah, it's gone to the highlighted, so maybe that was just an unlucky spin. But I'm curious to see what Sam's going to do now. So you can see there, table 0, 1, 1, 0, 2. So, I mean, I would be inclined to be betting on the unhighlighted section starting off. But it's very, very hit and miss at the moment. That'd just be my guess, because there's only been one instance where it's gone from a depth of 0 back to the highlighted zone. But she has just changed it up a little bit, so I'm not sure yet. Yeah, and rightly so. That's gone to the unhighlighted. So yeah, that would have been a win. So now it's on a depth of 1 again. Looks like Sam's covering the highlighted zone again. Not sure if he did a progression or just did the flat bet then. Wasn't paying attention too much, but pretty sure he's gone on the highlighted area. So neighbours of 19. And that looks absolutely perfect. Number 25, so £108. So yeah, I think he did £3 per number then. So we did a sort of Fibonacci on that. So now we're at a depth of 0. Like I was saying, the unhighlighted zone again looks good, because it's only had one instance where it's gone highlighted to highlighted. Let's see, land just before 0. Number 12. So no, it has actually. Oh yeah, sorry, I keep doing that. Yeah, it's gone to the unhighlighted like I thought it would. It looks like Sam's just focusing on when it goes to a depth of 1, he's then betting on the highlighted area. But let me just explain what I mean. Sorry, actually no, there's 2 cases, because the first one was a depth of 0. But if you look after that, it went from the highlighted to unhighlighted. Again, highlighted to unhighlighted. So it gave you the depth of 1, depth of 1. Then we've got that one instance on the second win there, where it went highlighted back to highlighted. But then after that, it went to the unhighlighted, and again, the next result went to the unhighlighted. So, yeah, I mean, betting on the unhighlighted section does seem to work when it's at a depth of 0. But that could change. Sam's got his little pattern where he's betting on the highlighted section as soon as it's on a depth of 1. Let's see if it holds true. Oh, it's spinning around, went to 31, so yeah, he did get that. So that's £72. His balance is 759 now, so yeah, he's done really well. He's nearly made £400 profit. And that's on a depth of 0. So I want to see if it does actually stick to that going to the unhighlighted section again now, because it's at a depth of 0. It seems to always favour going to that unhighlighted section. But it doesn't mean that it will every time. And like that, no, it hasn't. It's gone to number 14, so that's gone highlighted to highlighted, which it has done 3 times now out of this whole thing. The first one on 7 there, where we -1. Then it's done it on the 4th win there, and this current one. So Sam's got the right idea by playing just as soon as it says a depth of 1. He's only had one instance where it's gone to a depth of 2. Where's it going to go? Place your bets now. Back to the highlighted. 14 to 14. Yeah, so she's favouring that highlighted area now. So he's not getting his depth of 1 that he's waiting for. He's been fairly lucky. He's had 2 dealers back to back that have been very consistent, so that's good. I mean, sometimes you can be logging a dealer, you know, like several dealers, and not find a level of consistency. And then it's really up to you. You have to have the willpower to not place bets. Don't get impatient, because we know when we find the consistent dealers, you can make money quite easily. But if you get impatient, look at that, 14 to 14 to 14. If you get impatient, then that's when you're gambling. You're not looking for any patterns, you're just bored. Right, so Sam's actually making a guess now. It's gone to the highlighted section 3 times in a row. And he's, you know what, it's got to go to the unhighlighted section now. So let's see if he's right. $14 again. Absolutely insane. 14, 14, 14, 14. He's sticking with that unhighlighted section. Now, this is obviously this is where the dealer could have completely changed what she's doing and is just hitting that highlighted zone now. So you've got to be careful when doing this, especially with a progression like that. But I kind of get where he's coming from, because I'm like, no, she hasn't gone past a depth of 1 for so many spins. Why is she all of a sudden hitting number 14 repeatedly? And it looks like he's got the win there, number 17. So broke that pattern. He's at £789. But yeah, that was crazy, that. 14, 14, 14, 14. So I'm not sure what he's doing now. I think he's betting on the highlighted section. It's at a depth of 1 now. Okay, that's gone to 0, so that has hit the highlighted section. So that's put him to £806. So he has doubled his money. He's got £400 profit. Very good session. Thank you for sharing that, Sam. That's a really, really exciting session. He's got a couple of minutes left on the clock, so I don't think he's going to do another bet, but I think he probably just wants to log the dealer a little bit more and just see what happens. See the graph there. So we've got 0, 1, 1, 0, 2, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, and it's on a 0 at the moment. So interesting to see if it goes to the unhighlighted section, or if he's going to carry on with the or she's going to carry on with that highlighted. And it looks like she has just on 22 there, right on the edge. So again, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also drop your comments below. Let us know what you think, your thoughts. And if you're using a current strategy, obviously your own strategy, share it in the comments. Let us know. I'm looking at maybe trying out some strategies, just random, but doing it with real money, and seeing how they go. However, I do like using the tools that are on roulette calculators, because to me there's a bit more method behind it. You're not just playing into mathematics, which always typically favours the casinos there. Yeah, it looks like this dealer's hitting a nice block of highlighted again, hitting those zeros. Which again, if you're doing a progression, I mean, think about it. If you're betting on depth of 0, say with 1 unit, and that misses, you go to a depth of, so you do 2 units, and that misses, then you do 4 units. Out of this whole session, out of the 12 results, you would have won every single one doing the progression. But progression can be dangerous. All it takes is one instance where it goes to a depth of 6, and you're following that trend. You can get in serious trouble doing it. Flat betting is good if you can find a dealer that is just hitting lots of zeros with the occasional ones, or hitting blocks. Like, you see the result comes out at a depth of 7, and then a depth of 5, then a depth of 3 or 4, just anything like that. If you find those blocks, then just be hitting that unhighlighted section with the flat betting, and you should do pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't think Sam's going to do another bet. There is a couple of minutes left on here, so I will just watch it with you. But thank you if you have watched this video to the end. It's a bit of a longer session. We're currently been recording 33 minutes now. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, we'd love to hear your feedback. Also set up an account on roulettecalculators.com if you haven't. The link is in the description, and there'll be a pinned comment there. And if you like the content and you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated with all of our new videos that we're bringing out. Is he actually making another bet? I'm not sure if he is. He's just hovering over there. I think he's just implying that I would be putting a neighbour's bet on the highlighted section for this particular instance, because that's what the sort of data is pointing to, which seems to go to a depth of 1. It typically goes to the highlighted zone. Let's just see if it was right. Number 33, so yep, that would have been a win. Oh, he did actually put a bet on, silly. Okay, so yeah, he's taken his balance up to £823. So he was actually waiting for the bet there, and he did put it on. So yeah, my apologies. I was getting a bit carried away then, thinking that he'd finished his session. But that is the end of the video now. It has stopped. And again, thank you for watching. If you've made it to the end, big thumbs up to you. Leave your comments below, and I will catch you tomorrow. Make sure you bet smart, guys.